All right. It looks like we're all done here. Calliope Matthews heard the snap of latex gloves being removed and sat up on the exam table. Her gynecologist, Dr. Butala, a short and balding Indian man, stood up from his seat, where he'd been sitting to execute her basic fertility exam. "That's it?" she asked. She expected the appointment to last longer and had blocked off an hour and a half of her morning schedule specifically for this. She removed her legs from the uncomfortable stirrups and pulled the hospital gown over her knees. "That's it. We should have results at the latest by Friday, but I anticipate them coming in by tomorrow afternoon. I'll call you, yeah?" he said in the regular, pleasant tone that she'd grown accustomed to in the last few years. It didn't reveal anything about what he did or didn't find during the exam. He was good at both calming down and ramping up any anxiety she might feel. And she was absolutely anxious about the results. This was the beginning of her journey to motherhood. Knowing that this all ended with a tiny human in her arms to love and raise sent her heart soaring. To say she was emotional was an understatement. "Thank you, Dr. Butala. I look forward to your call." A glance at her Apple Watch let her know that she'd been in the doctor's office for less than an hour, so she had more than enough time to make her stops before getting to the office. "Have a great day, Calliope." As soon as he left the room, she hopped off the exam table and dressed. She grabbed her handbag and shoes and slipped out of the room into the bathroom next door. Using the floor-length mirror, she checked to make sure everything was in its place. The cream dress pants were the perfect contrast to the emerald green blouse and dark cherry-colored pumps she'd chosen for the day. February in Seattle was just as gloomy as any other day, but with the temperature in the mid-50s, it was a good day to wear light colors. Allowing her eyes to travel down her body, she stopped on her midsection and placed her hands over it. It was flat and toned right now, thanks to a regular workout that included yoga and Pilates. It was the highlight of her voluptuous hourglass shape, but hopefully it will grow bigger in a few months, full of life. The thought of her body's natural shape shifting to build life didn't bother her the way it did for a lot of women she knew. She'd had this shape for 32 years, and for the most part, it only invited trouble and distraction in the form of bad men. Using it to serve a higher purpose, to give her the son or daughter she dreamed of, made the reality of what happens to a woman's body during pregnancy irrelevant. Her watch buzzed at her wrist, taking her out of her head and alerting her to a text message. She looked at it to see a text from her boss, Brandon Sims. "BS. Stop at Starbucks before you come in." And that was the end of her private thoughts and fantasies for the day. She applied a clear lip gloss, tucked a few loose strands of hair into her low bun, and walked out of the office to get into her car. She made her first stop at Rose's Tailoring, a small but neat shop that Brandon commissioned for his custom suits and tailoring needs. The owner, Rose, was swift with her hands and creative with her designs. Calliope had stumbled across the shop 5 years ago in a rush to find a last-minute tailor to fix a button on one of Brandon's sports coats. She walked in expecting a quick sewing job and got that and a genuine friendship with the quirky owner and founder, Rose McCain.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.